So, do you dream about trading stocks 24 hours a day, 7 days a week? Well, if that's your dream, 2025 could be the year for you. It looks like the SEC has approved its first such platform. I want to go through the details of this thing and let's just jump right in. Headline: New stock exchange aiming to offer 23-hour trading, set to launch in 2025, and they're calling this thing 24 Exchange. So I guess they've always been trying to go for this sort of a goal. For short, they also call it 24X. This is a statement from them. It says, with this historic SEC approval in place, we will build and operate a customer-driven exchange, okay, customer-driven, that can rapidly align with market demands and adapt quickly to client feedback. We look forward to bringing a superior trading experience to global customers, so I guess it'd be everywhere. 24X National Exchange will deliver the cost, efficiency, speed, resilience, and adaptability that the company's financial institutional customers have long come to expect. My understanding is I think they've been doing currency, FX exchange for a while. I think these people do crypto. This is actually their website here. It says 24X. And you can see this is their mission. And the first thing that really popped out to me, and you may pick on this also right away, but I'll read it. It says 24X Bermuda. Yes, they are in Bermuda. I believe that's the same home as FTX. I guess when you put X in the title of something, it makes it cool. And you could argue unsafe, kind of like Elon Musk's platform X, right? Just cut out the numbers and just call it X. So yes, 24X Bermuda is the thing. Are they friends with Sam Bankman-Fried and such? Who knows? You can ask them. But let me read more about their mission here. It says 24X Bermuda strives to change the dynamic for market participants so they can increase profitability, right? So that's what they say. You're going to make more money, basically increase profitability through highly competitive fees, right? Keep the fees low and gain access to multi-asset offering through a single trading interface. So your cryptos, your stocks, your coins, whatever you want, currency exchange, etc. How can we offer lower fees? Well, they say today's electric markets are largely siloed by asset class. As a marketplace volume increases, so does its pricing power, leaving customers subject to ever-increasing fees. Our mission is to put our users first, helping them increase profitability through highly competitive fees while keeping the bar high for service, R&D, and by keeping connectivity simple. All right, so I'll state this. I'm not 100% for this. I'm not 100% against it. I think, and I'm talking about the concept of 24-hour, 7 days a week trading. But this particular one, they're based in Bermuda. I looked up their address. Yes, they really are in Bermuda. And I have a lot of reservations about kind of stuff. So I just be really careful with firms that intentionally, put their headquarters down there to skirt, U.S. protection yield laws. I was actually surprised the SEC approved this kind of thing after that whole FTX stuff. But to be fair, 2025 is going to be a whole other ball game when it comes to this stuff. As you guys know, we just talked about in the last video, Elon Musk wants to delete the agency that would regulate these kind of things. That would be the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. That was the agency that was formed right after the great financial crisis in 08. So get rid of that kind of consumer, financial protections. You can start to get all these type of exchanges popping up all over Bermuda, and essentially offering you, 24-hour trading. Here's another quote from the CEO, I guess. And this is actually interesting. They actually mentioned FTX specifically. It says here, the FTX debacle created a lot of questions in the industry. And this was their reply here. Quote, many firms did not proactive approaches like KYC policies that are required in other asset classes. That's one thing that is hampering their effort. Not only KYC AML, also cybersecurity, regulators demand security audits and understanding vendors. There are multiple steps that we follow, but many exchanges don't follow them. All right. And then I guess if you don't follow them, they're going to get hacking, mismanagement. And also says they don't have enough, some other companies don't have enough, people involved. That they refer to as a board of directors, but I'm not sure if necessarily was the problem with FTX. They didn't have enough board of directors or whatever. Like I said, this whole Bermuda thing kind of irks me, or I don't know, spooks me, I guess you should say. So for me already, I'm already kind of, shy on this particular company. Now, going to the overall thing about 24 hour trading, one thing that is always irritating me about this stuff is, well, there's a couple things. So one is, generally speaking, I do want access to my money and my assets all the time, right? So if I see some news over the weekend, or I see some news that, right after market closes, because companies will do this, right? They'll release whatever news to either purposely evade the regular market hours, or whatever. Sometimes I just, want to make a trade, either buy something, sell something, etc. So, and it's like I said, I'm not entirely against it. Here's the big however. One person brought up as a criticism I thought was an interesting one, is that oftentimes human beings make bad decisions at night. I thought that was kind of an interesting question, and I pose a question to you. How is your decision making at night slash versus the day slash morning? Because I guess the idea would be, I wake up at 2 a.m. in the morning and I see the news that Elon Musk is freaking out, or Donald Trump is freaking out, or somebody's freaking out somewhere, Putin's freaking out somewhere, right? And I'm like, oh my God, I need to, sell all my stocks, or, whatever, and cash out. Or maybe I'm at a nightclub and I'm, dancing, partying, all night, and, and then I look at my phone, I'm like, oh my God, I need to sell all my stocks, or whatever, right? So I can get the sort of gist of maybe at night where our mind isn't 100% or 100% focused, or just in general though, I think you can make that case in the daytime. Say you're riding in your car and you're driving around, and someone almost hits you in their robot driving car, and you're like, oh my God, I hate people, I'm gonna sell all my stock, right? Like any number of things could set you off. You get in a fight with your spouse, your partner, or whatever, you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna sell my stocks, or whatever reason. So I think we can act emotionally in the daytime, is the point I'm trying to make. But the case would be, for 24 hours, does that set up retail, investors to fail more because you're going to be trading at night? That's why I want to hear from you all, what you guys think about this. The other thing I was thinking about is, as well, is, and it was interesting that, again, this is something that I was pondering, and I don't do DraftKings. So let's be pretty frank, I don't do DraftKings. I don't do that sports betting stuff. But during the election season, there was that whole betting on the election, stuff like that, and I was actually considering it. So I didn't bet on the election. I was considering it at the time, and the reason why I didn't place any bets on the election and stuff like that is because I felt like that was a gateway into sports betting, and I like sports. I don't talk about it that often. I actually do like it. I am pay attention to the college football stuff. Right now I'm cheering for the Oregon Ducks because I'm from Oregon. There you go, in case you're wondering. But I just, for me, that opens up a whole ball of wax of other things that I would be paying attention to, and basically gambling my money on. So that's why I didn't get started on this. And it's actually kind of funny too, regarding these kind of different exchange choices. Coinbase, true story. This is a true story. Coinbase actually sent me an email last week, and because I was just checking out crypto prices there and stuff like that, because I saw it skyrocketing. We talk about stocks and channel. I don't really mess with crypto myself, but here's a big but. Coinbase offered me $20 to make a trade. For real. They had some sort of weird incentive. They said, hey, you haven't traded at Coinbase for whatever amount of time, we'll give you $20 if you complete a trade. And I said, okay, fine. True story, I bought $5 of Dogecoin. Dogecoin went up, whatever, 10% or whatever. I sold the Dogecoin, so I made my money on my $5 of Dogecoin, and I got my $20 on Coinbase. True story. And the other thing that's really funny, and I'm laughing because it's really funny, Coinbase does these weird promotions every now and then, where, like, and if you guys have probably seen this, if you've ever been on their platform, they have like this education section, and all you do is you just answer these multiple choice questions regarding crypto, and they just give you free money. Well, actually, it's crypto. They give you free crypto, and then you just answer questions and whatever. And then what they're trying to get you to do is sign up for another crypto thingy or something like that. But I got like $10 from that, just from answering a bunch of questions about crypto. So when people say I don't know about crypto, I disagree. I made a little bit of money, very little, but a little bit of money from a Dogecoin trade, and I got free $30 from Coinbase. So there's that. Whenever I see that kind of stuff, I just laugh, because I feel like these platforms, they're basically spending a ton of money to get you to trade crypto and stuff like that 24/7. And I think there must be a lot of people doing it. So, this 24x thing may end up being very popular, perhaps. I just, the 24/7 thing, I'm not necessarily for or totally against. I just give you some different point of view on that. But any sort of thing in Bermuda, I would really pause on that, because who knows, if they're trading your money on the side and the founder runs away or whatever. So to be fair, though, it doesn't seem that the CEO or the founders of this particular one, 24x, have the crazy hair like Sam Bankman-Fried and are playing video games all the time that I'm aware of. But you never know. You never know what kind of parties they're having down there in Bermuda. And there's also this. It was interesting. They were talking about sort of different categories of this thing. This is from Financial Times, talking about the same subject. It says, while treasuries and major currencies such as dollar are traded almost continuously on weekdays, stocks have been something of a laggard because of tight rules designated to protect investors and because of complexities and time needed to settle trades. Now, we've been actually looking to speed up that process with the settlement time, and that may be a thing. The other thing too with 24-hour trading is now, markets are global, right? So say I'm in Korea now, it's daytime here. As a recording, I think many of you are going to be sleeping or whatever. But right, essentially trading can happen all over the place. We can buy equities in USA or anywhere that we want, basically. And something that's very real, Chinese money, Russian money, like this kind of money, like essentially, it gets their money out of the country. It's not just China and Russia, but I'm just using them as an example. Because oftentimes wealthy individuals there really like to buy your crypto and, launder money in that kind of way. I know I'm picking on China and Russia, but there's lots of countries do that, right? And you can easily trade through crypto cross borders at any moment of the, any time of the day or whatever. And I guess why not stocks and other things? So, I mean, we already do it now. Why not? One negative though about this sort of thing is that when you're trading off market hours, you may be in sort of like a smaller, how can I say, smaller volume sort of trading period. So it's much more easy to manipulate, and you may not necessarily get the accurate pricing of what a current market is. So that's the whole other thing. So this is sort of one negative of that kind of trading, but it depends, right? If you feel like you're getting a fantastic price, be on the upside or the downside, right? Meaning that if you're buying or selling, yeah, it may work out for you. And generally speaking, retail investors are at a disadvantage when it comes to big institutions. I've mentioned this stuff before. One thing I've never liked about the system is where, like, say if a big money wants to come in and do a huge block trade of whatever company, get like 1 million shares. They can do that basically off the market hours, and so they can get X price. So I've always thought that's been unfair, but I don't know if this necessarily puts that more in the fair camp, because as I was mentioned, you can certainly have manipulation there. And I have a feeling too that if you put this app on your phone trading 24/7, you're going to get like text messages all the time that you need to be making some sort of move, and always be careful on that stuff. My opinion is I do have a few apps on my phone, but I just check prices and stuff and news. Me personally, I don't necessarily make trades on my phone. I don't like it. I don't know. I just like to do it on my computer where I can look at everything. I know everything's okay, and exactly what I want, so I don't make any mistakes. But other people are different. Young people these days, everything's on their phone, and to them that's the same as a computer. And I don't think many young people even use computers anymore. So we're going to differ on that. So that's some opinions regarding the 24-hour trading thing. Please share your thoughts. I want to hear it. And I'll catch you all in the next video.